I'm going to share the only way that guarantees no failure. And I'm going to share 3 things that I personally do to support this one thing, the only one thing that can guarantee no failure in life. And I will also share an example through my 82 days to a new me journey. If you've been following my channel, you know that I'm on an 82-day journey, started on the 10th of October, continues till 31st December. That makes it 82 days. So this 82 days to a new me journey, how using this only one way, being supported by the 3 things that I personally do, I've been able to work through my 82 days. And we are in, so this is 1st of November. And so I'm in week 4. My week 5 starts on the 3rd of November, Sunday. Yeah. The only way to ensure that you don't fail is, and this is going to be cliche, but it is true, it is so true. The only way to not fail is to not give up. If you do not give up, there is no failure. Now, easier said than done, right? So here are, you can do a number of things to ensure that you keep at it, that you don't give up. And if you don't give up, you're not going to fail. There is no way to fail if you don't give up. You might change your plan, you might change your track, you might try something, you might do various different things, but the main goal will be achieved if you do not give up. Easier said than done. Here are 3 things that I do to ensure that I stay no matter what. Number 1, every single day is a reset. So every single morning when I wake up, it's a new day. No matter what happened yesterday, I don't carry it forward. I don't carry forward things that happen per se. What I carry forward is the learning, and that is the second thing that helps me. No wins and no losses, only learning. Some learnings I love, which you might call wins. Some learnings I don't love so much, which you might call losses. So, but I don't say, oh, I won or I lost. I say, oh, wow, I learned. I learned what to do more of, what to do less of. Okay. So first thing, every single day is a reset. Second thing, no winning, no losing, only learning. Only and only learning. Then the third thing is some form of declaration. So some form of declaring what your goal is, what you're wanting to achieve. It can be self-declaration. That means you're just declaring it to yourself, not sharing it with anybody else. Or it can be a public declaration with just one friend, with a partner, with a group of friends, online like this, the way I'm doing it, fully public. So it can be any one of these ways or more ways of declaring what your goal, what your end goal, end vision is. Once you declare it, now depending on how great you are with your self-discipline, motivation, what phase of life you're currently in, what you've already tried, you might want to shift how you want to declare. I tried my self-declaration to change certain things in my life for some time, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working, like a major shift wasn't happening. Minor shifts would happen and then I would fall back. Shifts would happen, then I would fall back, which is why this 82 days to a new me journey, which is why public declaration, which is why publicly sharing how I'm doing it, what I'm going through. Okay. So 3 things. 1, every day is a new reset, is a new day. It's a reset. No wins, no losses, only learning. And third, some form of declaration. You have to check in with yourself what kind of declaration you need in this moment in your life to make it happen for you. Now, how all of these 3 things come together in the last 4 weeks. Again, if you've been following my channel, you know that I started with a 21-day fast, 21-day water, no food, only water fast. And then very quickly I had to move it. So instead of doing a 21-day, I had to stop it at 5 days because an opportunity came along that needed me to do a lot of cognitive work, so a lot of research, study, all of that. And fasting, so water fasting, long water fasting, physical work is recommended, is good, movement is good, but cognitive load is really hard. And so I knew I couldn't do both. I'm, by the way, just looking at the 82 days to a new me, the chart that I have, and I could not have done both together. I had to choose either this opportunity that had come up or the 21 days. And then I was like, okay, what's the bigger goal? The bigger goal was never just the 21 days. The 21 days was a part of the 82-day journey, right? And so I said, all right, so let me take away the 21 days. And then, so my 5 days was in the week of October 13th. October 20th is when I basically last week, not the current week, last week I crashed, in the sense, now I had to study, I had to research, a lot of cognitive work. And last, when I did such cognitive work, school time, right? And school time, the way I would study for exams, for whatever it be, the way I would study would be late night snacking, late night staying up, late night stimulants, so coffee, all of that. And I was like, you know what? It's just a short period of time. I'm gonna go back to that. And once you go back to it, see, all of these are triggers, right? And a lot of times, people that I work with, I mostly work with women in their inner world to help them understand themselves better at a deeper, much more deeper level. And what tends to happen, or what people tend to think, is that they have regressed, that they made some progress and they regressed. You never regress. But earlier versions of you are still there somewhere, in some way, shape, and form, depending on how much time has passed and depending on how strong the current trigger is. So when a current trigger, any event, situation that happens that reminds you of a past you, the mind tends to go back to it, because that's the comfort space. That's what the mind loves doing. It loves going back to its comfort. Comfort is something that it knows, no matter good or bad. The fact that it knows, that creates comfort for it, right? And so my entire being went back there. And so the week of 20th of October was me not being able to follow any of the things that I'd set up, which was sleeping by 11, waking up by 6:30, 6:45, sitting down for my meditation, inner work reading. None of those things were being followed. And that's okay. That happens. That is why we plan, and the plan should be longer than just 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. In my understanding, the plan should be long enough to be able to handle life. Life will keep happening, right? And if I want to transform my life, I can't shortcut it. I can't be like, oh, okay, in like these 2 weeks, I'll transform it. That doesn't happen. Those 2 weeks, I can transform things in those 2 weeks. But a lifetime of transformation requires a lifetime of work. In the beginning, that work might feel difficult, but slowly and gradually it just becomes a part of you, a part of your new self. And so once it becomes you, there is no effort. It's effortless. That's when things become effortless, when that thing and you become one and the same thing. Okay? This week, since I believe every day to be a new reset, I don't believe in wins and losses. I believe in learning, and I believe in self-declaration. Since I believe in these things, thus, even though the week of 20th October, I crashed big time, I didn't give up. And so this week, we came back to waking up by 6:30 a.m., no devices post 9 p.m., morning 15 minutes meditation, 15 minutes inner work reading, evening 15 minutes stretches, 15 minutes meditation, 15 minutes inner work reading, and then no impulsive actions, food. These were all things that I had decided to do by this week, and I'm doing all of those things. And yes, sleeping by 10 p.m. Again, this does not mean it's a hard and fast line. So yesterday, instead of by switching off my devices by 9 p.m., I went up till about 9:30, which then also moved my meditation a little later. And then last night, I came into a flow in my meditation, and the alarm rang at 15 minutes. I was like, oh, I actually want to do more. And then I continued doing, and maybe about 30, 35 minutes I continued doing. Bad idea, until the 15 minutes becomes easy. What happened because of last night was that this morning, I skipped my meditation. Okay? Which is why it is important that we make small incremental goals, and we sort of stick to, if I've said 15 minutes, I should not do double of it. It's okay for 15 minutes to go to 20 minutes or 15 minutes to go to 10 to 12 minutes, but not from 15 to 30. Do not double it. Your mind will fight back. Yeah. But again, as I said, all of it is a part of the journey. So the only way to never fail is to not give up. 3 things that work for me, that enable me to not give up: everyday reset, no wins, no losses, only learning, and some form of declaration.